Rock 100.5 KATT. I am Cameron Buchholtz, and I am here with Barry from Shinedown. What's going on, man?
How you doing? I'm doing well.
Doing good, doing good. Of course, Shinedown is headlining KATTFest here later on this summer, and we'll get to that in a minute. But first, I want to talk about the kind of new thing going on in the world of Shinedown, which is you guys have a hot sauce.
Yeah, we do. Not expected, but I'm very happy that we were able to do it. I've been a hot sauce nerd my whole life, so when this opportunity uh, came to us, I raised my hand. Torchbearer went to the label and was like, "Hey, is any of your artists interested in doing a hot sauce with us?" I was like, "Yeah, this guy's into it." So, because even at home, I grow my own peppers. I've made my own hot sauces my whole life. It's just something I'm really passionate about. And what was nice working with Vid over at Torchbearer wasn't one of these, "Oh, here's our bottle. You guys put your name on it and sell it."
Mhm.
We actually spent 5 months talking back and forth and coming up with flavor profiles and talking through, I like this, I don't like this. And then he would send samples, we taste them, and I give samples to other people like, what do you think about this? What is your flavor? And what do you like and don't like about this? And really came down to this sauce and two others. We ended up with three that we really, really liked that would be a good representation of us in Shinedown, but also of Torchbearer, because they've been in the business for like 20 years. They made hot sauces for a while. So very proud. And the first one we released, this Chipotle garlic, the Symptom Chipotle garlic sauce, was one. It was named Symptom, obviously, because that song's doing so well for us now, but also that song is, a symptom of being human. It's for everybody. And the sauce is kind of, I wanted the first one to kind of be for everybody. It's not as spicy as some of the others, so it's a good
Mhm.
intro sauce. It's still a hot sauce, so you're gonna have a little kick on the back end, but it's not gonna blow your head off. It's not one of these, let me torture myself by eating this. It's actually flavorful, and you can eat it on stuff.
Right, right. And the Torchbearer, I did see that they have had sauces on that Hot Ones YouTube show, which is like the biggest thing on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah,
Uh,
and when we first started talking, Vid sent me a bunch of their sauces to try. And some of them, are in that scorpion crazy heat level, but they still had flavor, even those, which, I'm sitting there sweating and tearing up a little bit eating them. They were still flavorful. And that was kind of the kickoff to like, man, these guys know what they're doing. They make good sauces, and they've done a lot with hot ones. I know that, the question's been asked if this sauce would be on hot ones. If it did, it'd be like in the first couple levels, it's more mild.
sure.
But at the same time, Hot Ones has a policy that they don't do branded hot sauces. That's not their
Oh,
thing.
okay.
So respect that. That's
Yeah.
that's their thing. So
But now Torchbearer has worked with other bands. I saw there was a Necrogoblicon hot sauce, which I thought
yeah,
was funny.
it's delicious and it's really spicy. I think that one has Carolina Reaper in it, and
Okay.
it's spicy, but it's really good.
Nice. And now what is in your fridge right now? You said you're a hot sauce nerd. So like what was your normal go-to before making your own or what's just in your fridge, I guess?
It's all over the place. Anything from your standards like the Tabascos and the Srirachas and the Frank's Red Hot up into more boutique things. Obviously the Torchbearer sauces. I've got this. There's one called the Bronx from the Bronx. That's a really
Okay.
solid hot sauce. I mean, I'm trying to think. I'm so bad with the names, but they're from all over the place. There's a few like more like a Jamaican jerk styles. There some Asian ones. They're all over the place. And what happens typically is when we're touring on the road, on the rider it says local hot sauce backstage. So I was trying to collect these different local hot sauces from all over the place. And I go, oh, I like that one, then I keep that one, and that kind of thing. So it's an ever revolving door at my house.
Nice. So it's a good thing a lot of those don't have to be refrigerated because it sounds like you might run out of space.
Yeah, it depends on the sauce, but much to my wife's chagrin, half that fridge is mine, and it's for hot sauce.
Fair enough. No, I was trying to think of other bands that have had hot sauces in the past. I know Michael Anthony had a line of hot sauces for a while. I don't know if he still
Yeah, I think he
does.
still does. Yeah, he still has his, which are very tasty. Again, he was part of that, so it's got a flavor and
Hmm.
it's his thing. Offspring, they have the Gringo Bandito, which is a really good
Okay.
Mexican style hot sauce. There's a few I know. Some people have done like Aerosmith. I think did one once, but it was one of those that it was just branding. It
Sure.
wasn't a.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm sure Kiss has had a line of them at some point.
I guarantee it. They've had
Yeah.
everything, right?
Yeah. But no, I mean, kind of leading into that, I'm sure you guys are approached for products like that pretty regularly, right? Like, I mean, I'm sure there's been offers for a Shinedown whiskey or a Shinedown beer or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, those things have happened. And here's the thing: I'm not going to put my name or my band's name on anything that we wouldn't either actually use or are a part of. It's like, yeah, I could sell a whiskey, but
Mhm.
none of us are really whiskey drinkers. When it comes to beer, it'd be much like hot sauce. I'm the beer drinker, I'm the hot sauce guy. The rest of the guys aren't as much. So it definitely has to be a passion project and something that truly represents Shinedown. We're not just putting stuff out there, no offense to like Kiss, but it's not just about making the money off the merch. We also want to actually have something that we are part of.
Gotcha. And I did notice too on the Torchbearer website they had some recipes that seem to have come from you, perhaps, or at least had some
Yeah.
input from you that use the Symptom hot sauce. So kind of tell me about
Yeah, no.
developing some recipes.
I wrote those recipes. Those are household staples for me. Gumbo, chicken tortilla soup, and these things. The oyster roast. The New Orleans style charred oysters. These are all things I make all the time at my house. I love to cook. I have a passion for cooking, so I took my created family recipes and just tweaked them a little bit to include the chipotle sauce, and that's what you get. And you can find those on the Torchbearer site. You can also find them on Shinedown on our merch section. They're there for you. You don't have to purchase the recipes, but they're there as part of
Mhm.
the promotion for the hot sauce. And it's fun to do. I enjoy sharing these things. I have a love for food. Cooking for my family is kind of my love language, so it's a lot of fun to do. And the only one I didn't share is my chili recipe because my wife wouldn't let me. She said
Fair
that's
enough.
sacred and I have to
Yeah,
do
that's
that.
important. That's important. But now, is there
Yeah.
is there a Shinedown recipe like cookbook in the coming in the future?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't say no. And we've
Yeah.
also talked about maybe, curating with our fans and having our fans make their recipes with the sauce and then maybe putting that together as some sort of like ebook or something like that. That'd be kind of fun. So we've thought about it. I know people have asked me to put together a cookbook and maybe I will in the future. No plans right now, but just in writing those 4 or 5 recipes that are on the site, that took me days to write them down because you're
Mhm.
going, okay, are these measurements correct? Is this really what you want to say? Kudos to those people out there that write cookbooks all the time because it's not as easy as you would think.
Sure, sure. No, I can imagine. But now is the hot sauce? You obviously can get it at your website and then Torchbearer's website. Is it going to be in the
Yes.
merch booth this summer as well?
Probably not this summer because a lot of these tours are very sporadic and flight
Mhm.
dates and things of that nature is kind of all over the place. So we're kind of drop shipping merch and stuff like that. And especially with a lot of the festivals, especially, like radio festivals, it's the radio station's festivals, not ours. And so they have their branded merch and stuff like that. And it's just not worth stepping on that and doing that. But I would imagine next year, especially after all 3 sauces are out, because we'll release another one later this summer and then one early fall. Once those are all 3 out, maybe we could do like a 3-pack thing, then we could have that on the road next year when we're proper touring and a little more planning for
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I would imagine traveling with boxes of bottled hot sauce is a lot more difficult than a box of t-shirts. So,
Correct. Yeah, you can toss around some t-shirts. You can't exactly hot sauce bottles. And you got to think of, as weird as this is in the music business, people don't think truck space.
mhm.
If you're filling half a truck or a full truck with merch, that truck costs a lot of money and the
Yeah,
weight and all those kinds of things. So it's a balance. It's a fine line.
gotcha. But yeah, we will see you out at KATTFest this summer. I believe it's
Yes.
July 30th with Fury of a Dead Man, Santa Sonia, and more. And it'll be at Lucky Star Amphitheater, which will be a first time. We always do KATTFest out at Zoo Amphitheater, which you guys have played probably a dozen times over the course of
More
your career at
times than
this
I can
point.
count.
Yeah,
Literally, I could draw a picture both inside and out of that place.
yeah. Well, we couldn't do it there this year because they're renovating it. So I guess all the buildings and everything there has been torn down and they're rebuilding it. Uh,
Yeah,
so
good because it was time. They needed to.
sure, yeah, it was a little long overdue. In fact, I think once they started, they realized, oh no, what sort of Pandora's box did we just open?
I
But
can only imagine.
but so hopefully, the next time you play Oklahoma City after that, it'll be at a brand new nice zoo amphitheater. But for this summer, we're at Lucky Star Amphitheater out there in El Reno, and gonna be an awesome show there. You guys always bring it. And you did mention kind of a lighter summer for you guys, just doing some flyouts and festivals and stuff. So kind of talk
Yeah.
to me what's on the horizon for Shinedown.
We're currently working on whatever Shinedown 8, the eighth record is going to be.
Mhm.
So we're kind of really in the thick of that. And, some of the crossover stuff with Symptoms success on the top 40 side. We're doing those kinds of shows, but really we're focused on writing the next record. Just last week, I was in Charleston with Eric at his studio where we did Planet Zero, recording some drums for some new songs for the new record. So it's exciting times. We have a little ways to go, but I'd imagine new music for the fans coming out probably late this year, early next year, that kind of time frame. So we're pretty on it and want to get it out there for everybody.
Awesome. Now you just mentioned the crossover success of Symptom of Being Human. And it's kind of amazing to me that you guys seem to be the only band, the only rock band that's kind of able to do that recently. Because, it used to
Yeah.
be that was a pretty regular occurrence, and that at a certain point, pop radio just kind of decided we don't really have a place for the rock ballads or the rock poppier songs. It's going to talk to me about
Yeah.
how you guys are still able to do that.
We never take no for an answer.
Okay.
And Brent, our singer, is relentless. And I look at it this way, and you're right. I think it was like the mid '90s when that changed, and all of a sudden everything has to be in a genre, and they just kind of pushed rock out to just rock, and then just
Mhm.
alternative and just top 40. Because it used to be growing up, in the '70s and '80s when I was a kid. It'd be Madonna into Bon Jovi into whatever, and it was just good songs. Didn't
Mhm.
matter. Good song is a good song, and I think we personally were on a mission to try to push that. And then really, it's just getting in front of people and going, "Hey, trust me, play this song that people are going to like it." And they would say no, and we'd say, "Yeah, we're not going to take that. Please play the song. What can we do to get you to play the song? Can we, do an acoustic for you? Look at the research. Here's the thing." And in the radio world, it's all about research and that kind of thing. And we built a story, and it took time. And
Mhm.
now it's in the top 20 and top 40, and we're like, "Told you so."
Yeah.
It's a good song, and a good song's a good song. And I hope that paves the way for other rock bands, because rock's never gone away. When we go
Mhm.
to the festivals, it's tens of thousands of people every single time. Um, I'd like to garner those fans, and I'd love to see more rock bands be that successful. All I want for everybody in the music industry is to be successful, because after the 20 some years of doing it, I know how much hard work this takes and how much continued hard work it takes to stay here. And all I want is to see that happen to all my brothers and sisters in the rock community.
Indeed, man. Indeed. And now, when you go out, you mentioned you're doing some pop dates and stuff, kind of because you're opening for Doja Cat, right? Did I see that?
Yeah, you did see that.
So, I mean,
I who knows?
yeah.
My
Well,
job is to go there, play our show,
yeah.
and obviously it's going to be a weird fan base. But that's the thing. We've been put in really weird situations over the years. Even opening up for Iron Maiden, their fans are horrible to the
Mhm.
opening bands. Kiss's fans, they're there to see Kiss. They're there. Van Halen, they're there to see Van Halen, and we opened for all of those bands.
Mhm.
And again, we didn't take no for an answer. And by the end of that tour, we won over their fans. And that's what we'll do here. My job is to get on that stage, do the best Shinedown show we can do. And I'm stealing Doja Cat's fans. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just what I'm going to do.
And that's kind of awesome for her to have you guys open, because that's I would wonder
Yeah,
how
I don't,
that was pitched to her, or if
it's
it
more of
was
a
at all.
radio.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't think it was at all. I think it's more of a radio show that they wanted to put us on because of the success of Symptom.
Fair enough.
Though if Doja likes us and wants to take us out on tour, let's do something fun. I'm never against that. I love the
Sure.
idea of,
Yeah.
cross pollinating the waters and rap and rock and all that. It's music's music.
Yeah, man. Just get weird about it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, doesn't
Well,
matter.
well, Barry, thank you so much for the time, and
Yeah, my pleasure.
everybody check out the Symptom of Being Human hot sauce, and then we'll see you out at KATTFest in July.
Sounds like a plan.
Awesome, man.
Appreciate the time. Thanks for the support too. Thank you.
Oh, always, man, for sure.